I'm Missy Lisa, and today we are going to be doing an experiment with popcorn. This experiment was meant for those children in upper elementary school, but can definitely be adapted for younger children. So first, we're going to talk about what makes popcorn pop. Popcorn pops because each kernel has a tiny little droplet of water in the middle, surrounded by a hard kernel shell. When this tiny droplet of water gets heated up, it produces steam, which produces pressure that makes the kernel pop and produce the fluffy little piece of popcorn that you can eat. So today we're going to be testing if lowering the temperature of that kernel and that tiny droplet of water affects how well the kernel pops. So what you're going to need for this experiment is popcorn kernels, paper, a writing utensil, a ruler, 3 plastic baggies, measuring cups, a cookie sheet, and something to pop the popcorn in. To pop the popcorn, you can do pretty much anything. You can pop it on the stove, you can use an air popper or a different kind of popcorn popper, you can use a microwave popcorn popper, you can also use paper bags. I'll show you how to do the paper bag method later because that's the method I'm going to be using. The main thing with this experiment is making sure that you're popping the kernels for the same amount of time for each test. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to set up our experiment. So, in order to set up this experiment, you're going to need to take your popcorn kernels and your 3 plastic baggies and count out 100 kernels per baggie. What we're gonna do first is we're going to label our baggies. So we're gonna do 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to take our kernels and count out 100 kernels per baggie. So when you're finished, you should have 3 baggies that look a little something like this. Now you're going to place those baggies in 3 different places. You're going to place the bag you labeled 1 on your counter or in your cupboard or in your pantry, somewhere where it's room temperature. You're going to place baggie 2 in your refrigerator, and you're going to place baggie 3 in your freezer. Now is the hard part, the waiting. So you're going to have to leave these baggies in your fridge and freezer for 24 hours at least. This way, we are making sure that we are lowering the temperature of the kernel. While we wait, we can make our charts. So our chart is how we're going to record our findings for this experiment. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our hypothesis. So your hypothesis is just a prediction of what you think is going to happen. So you could say, if you lower the temperature of popcorn kernels, then less kernels will pop. Or, if you lower the temperature of popcorn kernels, more kernels will pop. Now to make the chart, you're going to make a table and you're going to list out bag number 1 through 3. Your columns are going to be bag number, temperature, volume, number of kernels unpopped, and popped kernel size. Your rows are going to be 1, 2, and 3. And then you can leave space for your conclusion at the bottom. Now it's just time to wait. Okay guys, it is now finally time to begin our experiment. So in order to pop the kernels, you're going to make sure that all of them are going to pop at the same or very close temperature. So if you're using a popcorn popper or an air popper, make sure that you're turning it off and turning it back on before each bag so that it starts around the same temperature. You also want to make sure you're popping it for the same amount of time each time. If you're using a microwave and you don't have a microwave popcorn popper, you can place your kernels in a paper bag. To do this, you're just gonna open your bag, pour in your 100 kernels. I'm using my room temperature kernels. The room temperature kernels are our control group because we haven't changed the temperature of them. So you're gonna fold in the corners of the paper bag. Fold in the top, and then continue to roll until you have a pretty good fold. It is time to begin popping our kernels. I'm going to pop mine for 2.5 minutes. The first thing you're going to do after your popcorn is done popping is pour it into a measuring cup so that you can measure the volume of your popped corn. Be sure to record the volume you get in your chart. Next, you're going to take one of the popped kernels and you're going to measure it with your ruler and record your measurement in your chart. Finally, you're going to pour your kernels onto a cookie sheet with an edge, and you're going to count your unpopped kernels. You can also count the popped kernels and subtract them from 100 if you think that would be better. And now we're going to repeat that process 2 more times with the popcorn we kept in the fridge and the popcorn we kept in the freezer. Did you see a difference? Compare the results in your chart and make your conclusion. Which baggie of popcorn popped the most kernels? Which baggie popped the least? What kind of conclusion can you make from your findings? Was your hypothesis correct? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun experimenting with popcorn today. Bye!